It's Coast to Coast with Mike, your host. It's the YouTube show that helps you cash in most. His track record's phenom, his cashing rate is the bomb, and it's all brought to you by RacingDudes.com. And now, the host of your show, Mike Somich.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Coast for Friday, July 13th, 2018. I am your host, Mike Somich, and I am excited to be able to take a little bit of a breather in the stakes action this weekend before rolling out Belmont and Saratoga next weekend. We're going to have some huge racing cards every weekend moving forward this summer, so it's going to be nice to take a little bit of a breather, but we still got some really good betting options over at Indiana Grand, a couple big-time stakes races at Delaware, as well as minor stakes over at Belmont. So let's throw the blinkers on and take a look ahead to this weekend.
Blinkers on.
Well, this weekend really starts over at Indiana Grand. We've got 5 stakes races on their card on Saturday, including the Indiana Oaks and the Indiana Derby, with horses Talk Verve to Me and King Zachary respectively showing up in each. King Zachary's coming out of a dominant win over in the Matt Win at Churchill Downs, where he defeated Axeman, who'll be running back in the Los Al Derby on Saturday. All 3 of those races seem to be pretty chalky, so it's going to be tough to find some big-time value in any of those places on top. Might be easier to go with value in the second and third places in the exacta trifectas and maybe see if there's something in there in the pick threes that you like. Additionally, over at Delaware, we've got the Delaware handicap. We're going to see a late for the first time in almost 10 months. She's very good as a 3-year-old, but this is a tough spot to come back in, not necessarily because of the horses that are in the race, but 1.25 miles is a tough distance to fire off that long of a layoff. So it'll be interesting to see how short of a price you have to eat with the best horse in that field, and whether or not she's going to be able to handle the distance when she's really just prepping to go up to Saratoga for the summer. Anyway, we know why you guys are here. You want some picks. I get to go back onto Belmont, get back on the turf. But before we do that, we're going to send it out to Aaron, our man in the Midwest. He's going to tell us who he likes over in Iowa today at Prairie Meadows.
All right, guys, I am pumped to be here for Friday. Why? I'm going to talk about Prairie Meadows Race 9, and you're probably laughing. It's like, oh, Prairie Meadows again. Well, guess what? I'm talking about it because I'm going to be there. I will be at Prairie Meadows Friday and Saturday this week. So if you see me, if you're going, hit me up, tweet me, whatever, and we'll hang out at Prairie Meadows. I can't wait. So if you're listening and you're going to be there, make sure to let me know about it. So on Friday, it is an allowance going 1.70 miles at Prairie Meadows. And I think this is seriously one of the best betting races of the entire day across the country because it is so evenly matched. And a field of 10 and just every horse in here has got a shot. The morning line favorite has been made at 9-2. I like a horse that's 10-1 on top, and I can't wait to talk about him. He's one of my favorite horses of all time, and you've probably never even heard of him. Let's go to number 10 all the way to the outside, One Fine Dream. This horse is trained by Kelly Von Hemel, who is also my trainer. So I've been able to pet this horse and meet this horse and follow his career very closely for about 3 years now, actually. And this horse is a giant. Let me tell you, he might be 17 hands tall. He is huge. He barely fits in the stall they have him in. Incredible horse. He's a great personality, friendly horse. You would love him if you ever met him. Anyway, he's a very good horse as well. And I have a theory on him. It takes him a while to get into form. If you look at last year, he ran 4 times at Prairie Meadows before he got back to that winning form, and he won a $100,000 stakes to close out the meet last year. This year, he's ran 3 times. This is that 4th start at Prairie Meadows. I think he's ready for a huge effort. I got a little inside for you. Kelly Von Hemel, the trainer, has told me this horse is working out better than he ever has. So I think he's ready for a big race. I think he's sneaky here. If we can get 10-1, that would be amazing. Now, there's other horses I do like in here as well, so I'll give you my top 4 real quick. Number 3, Proper Decorum, has won 3 races in a row and going to run for Carl Broberg today for the first time after being claimed from Federico Villafranco. These 2 trainers are the 1-2 trainers at Prairie Meadows. By the way, Kelly Von Hemel is 3rd, so just that. Now, talk about Federico Villafranco. He has one of his own, number 9, Matchlock. He's coming off of a huge win against Claiming Company, now jumping up in class to this race. He's one you better look for. And then the number 1 horse, Bubba's Dixie, will be my 4th choice in here. Last time out, finished 2nd to Remember Rita, who, guess what, came back to win the Cornhusker on Iowa Festival of Racing night on Friday, won a grade 3 race. So this is quite a class drop for Bubba's Dixie. He should enjoy it. So 10, 9, or 10, 3, 9, and 1 are my top 4. As for my play, I spent $12 on Thursday, so I said I only spent $8 on Friday. I'm good. I'm a man of my word, so I'm going to go $4 to win and $4 to place on my boy, number 10, One Fine Dream. One Fine Dream, don't let me down, and no matter if you win or lose, I will be there to feed you peppermints after the race. I promise you that. So, $4 to win, place on number 10, One Fine Dream. If you're in Iowa Friday and Saturday, hit me up.
Let's head out to Belmont now. Take a look at their final race on the card. It's a $40,000 7-furlong turf sprint for maiden claimers that are state bred. You know, I really like this favorite here. I like the 6, Skatsuku. The horse is the only horse in the field that's cutting back from maiden special weight to maiden claimers. The buyers make a ton of sense. Biggest concern is there's not a ton of speed in the field, and this horse hasn't shown a ton of speed, but this is a significantly weaker class. This didn't even show up that great for maiden 40s, so I think that going to the 6 is really the value here. I'll be playing doubles with the 1 and the 2 in the previous race. I'll be playing 1-6 heavily. Hope we can get that home. I'll be singling both in the pick 6 as well. But for this race specifically, I do think there's a lot of value underneath. So my second pick, I'm going to go to the 1-horse Pequeno Grande. Pequeno Grande is coming out for Rudy Rodriguez. You're getting a horse that's coming second off a layoff. It's extending out from 6 to 7 furlongs, which I do think will help its chances here. And if you look at the last race, it bumped the gate, didn't have a good start. It wasn't really connected with the field. I think in this case, it is going to be connected, and I think you're going to see a little better effort out of the horse. I also like the fact that Irad Ortiz Jr. gets back up on this mount instead of just kind of giving it away. For third place, I'm going to go to the 5-horse. This Cat Can Fly. This is partially because of the lack of speed in this race, but I also really like it when you see these 7-furlong turf sprints. They're kind of middling in distance. The traditional 6-furlong turf sprinters will start to quit between 6 and 7 furlongs, and when you get these horses that showed speed at a longer distance, specifically mile or mile and 16th, they're usually only, let's say, 2 to 4 lengths off the lead at this 7 furlong turf sprinting distance. Well, they're a little better, they're a little more fit. So down the lane, you'll see them starting to really catch up to that tiring speed. And I think that could be where the 5-horse can really kick in here. So if for some reason the distance is a problem with the 6, or if the 5-horse really does just get a perfect trip here, I think he's very dangerous. 6 to 1, some nice value underneath. For fourth place, I'm going to go outside to the 9-horse, Nuclear Code. This one's interesting. I actually was considering taking this horse on top or in the second spot for a while. But I'd really just, the fact of the matter that it debuted in a $10,000 maiden claimer really scared me off it. Last time out, you saw it a $32,000 maiden special weight at Presque Isle Downs over the synthetic, going a mile. So it went a little bit further, showed some speed. Again, not a lot of speed in this race, so I like the speed here. I like the cutback. The trainer, it's the wife of the trainer prior to this. She's 4 for 11 on the year, so 31%. So you have very good numbers there. This is a big-time class jump. That's my main concern. But I do think if it takes a step forward on the turf and it gets an easy lead, this could be a horse that shows some heart down the lane and could surprise some people, because I think you're going to end up getting between 30 and 40 to 1 on it. So I think there's a ton of value underneath in the exotics. If this horse gets bet, watch out. Because if this horse gets bet, someone knows something, because you're digging pretty deep to get to it. So for me, I'm just going to play a $1 trifecta. I'm going to play the 6 over the 1, 5, 9. And then I'll use the other $4 to just play a straight double, 1, 6. I do like the 1 in the previous race. The pace might hurt it a little bit. But last time out, it ran second by notes to Diversify at Belmont, where we know Diversify is very, very, very good. So use the other $4 to play a 1-6 double. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Get those bankrolls ready for next weekend. We've got Del Mar and Saratoga coming back. Make sure you check out Blinkers Off. The podcast went up today with Aaron and Jared. You can hear all of their picks for the big races over the weekend. Make sure you're following me at Samobomb18. I'll have the Pod Wars picks up tomorrow, so you can see who Magic and I like as well. And hopefully Magic and I come out victorious 2 weekends in a row. We'll have the recap podcast up on Monday. And don't forget to subscribe down below. I think it's over here. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe down below so that you can make sure every time that there's a new video that comes up here on YouTube, you get to check it out first. Have a good one, guys. Good luck today. Thanks for watching Coast to Coast, brought to you by RacingDudes.com. I've been your host, Mike Somich. You can follow me at Samobomb18 on Twitter, and you can follow the Racing Dudes at Racing_Dudes. Make sure to check out the Blinkers Off podcast, available on Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, and where you get your favorite podcasts. Don't forget to check out RacingDudes.com for all the previews and race reviews every single week.